All right, so part 2. So now we have the basic pose on here, right? So now we get a little bit more solidified. So I can kind of start seeing where things are. So say if this, shoulder is here, then I can kind of get into here to figure it out. So one thing we're going to talk about is fabric, because we unfortunately didn't get to that before we left. So for head, I can kind of block that out. We're going to talk about 2 things actually, hatching and fabric. Hatching, we're going to come back to later on in a couple weeks, but hatching are just parallel lines where you can just kind of feel like shadow. So if I know where there's a couple of shadows going on, there's a shadow underneath his chin, so I can just block that in real quick if I want to with the shadow, okay? So you can do that for quick shading marks. We'll come back to that. The other part we gotta talk about is fabric, okay? There's gonna be some areas where you need to pay a little bit of attention to the specifics of it. So we got like a little bit of this color, and then we got this opening, and it kind of comes across, okay? Some things are gonna be a little more specific where, it's his belt and sash and all that, okay? But we're not gonna color that in. Doesn't matter what color it is, that's not my purpose, okay? All right, but what I do wanna pay attention to are where are the wrinkles, because the wrinkles give evidence to what's going on underneath, because we're not doing figure drawing with unclothed models. We need clothes. And where there are wrinkles, that gives us clues. So I don't know if you can kind of see on here where the shoulder is, it kind of bunched up a little bit. So I can kind of do these like, if I make a line uneven, it's showing me where there might be like wrinkles in the fabric, okay? Over here where I see the elbow, then I gotta kind of exaggerate that angle. It's giving me a little bit of information about where the elbow is, okay? If you look in here, in the armpit though, that's where we're getting a lot of good information. Probably need to make this a little bit thicker. Okay, when I start doing this, okay, then I know where the fold is. That's where the armpit is. When I do these kind of marks, make them squiggly, that's when there's a fold or a bend at the elbow, okay? If something is straight, then it's kind of hanging without any pressure on it. All right, hands, you just block them in almost like mittens. Okay, once again, right now it looks like he's got a hairy chest, so we can just kind of put in that shadow. But notice also there are a few of these folds. And there's a couple folds this way. Okay, so wherever you see those wrinkles, that's going to give you information. Okay, I need this to be not tight, because remember how I said he's kind of like hunched back, so his shoulders are here and his hips are way back here. If I don't kind of blouse that out a little bit, if I don't make that look like it's kind of hanging forward, because his chest is kind of back here and this is kind of hanging forward, so this like a little bit right here gives us that information. Okay, same thing over here for the folds. I can tell there's a armpit there where his elbow is, kind of a little bit of wrinkles. Okay, it's a little bit wrinkly underneath, but then it's kind of hanging. Okay, wrist here, and a little bit of detail right there. Okay, so I'm guessing you're getting the hang of this. A little bit more information here as we go to where the knee is. It's going to be pulled like a little bit taut. Make sure you put a good exaggeration of where that is. And then on the other side, it's looser again. So we got a little bit of looseness here. This is kind of going straight. Got to kind of give him bell bottoms, but oh well. Okay. But a lot of this, we got some shading. We got some loose bends because it's kind of pulling at the knee. Okay, pulling across the middle, right? Pulling towards the knee. And on this side, we got a little bit of that wrinkle right here at the knee. Excuse my dog. And this part is kind of going forward here. Okay? So that's the next step, is blocking in fabric, blocking in your edges. And then wherever you see main shadows, now I can go in, do a loose little, you can also smudge it, you can also shade it. But for me, just getting that information quickly is more important. So I'm gonna start blocking in where those darker shadows are. Still looks like he has a hairy chest. If I have a shadow here across the middle, that's gonna tell me that he's leaning forward because it's actually bent here, right? There's shading underneath here, okay? Shading underneath where his elbow and his arm is. All right, so I have no idea how long that was because I lose track of time when I'm doing a demo. And I did not set a timer for 15 minutes, just in case. But you get the idea? So, you guys are gonna try this. Obviously, yours will not go exactly as mine, but that's okay. Light, sketchy lines. Don't worry about making it perfect, okay? See all these? I have all kinds of exploratory lines where I did not get it right on the first time. Your goal is not to get it perfect the first time. Your goal is to explore and just keep going through the process. All right, go try it.